Welcome back to the FlipNerd.com REI Classroom, where experts from across the real estate investing industry teach you quick lessons to take your business to the next level. And now, let's meet today's expert host.
Hey guys, Marck De Lautour here with SBD Housing as your host for the REI Classroom for the day. Just wanted to reach out to you today and talk a little bit about rental activity and how we succeed with our rental property.
This REI Classroom real estate lesson is sponsored by theinvestormachine.com, FlipNerd's private investor coaching program and your blueprint to investing success.
We currently have over 450 rentals, so believe me, we know what we're talking about here. But there's 5 things that we do that may not be totally standard to try and help us maximize our returns on rental properties. First one is professional photos. As you know, it's an online world these days, and the first place people are going to look is online. And so you have to have professional photos. And I don't mean, Samsung Galaxy S or an iPhone 7. No matter what they say, a professional photographer will work wonders. So please spend the $85 to $100, get professional photos. Because again, when things go bad and you are standing in front of a judge trying to show the bad things that a tenant may have done to your properties, the professional photos also come in handy to prove how good that property looked when you first turned it over to the tenant. But again, that's not really a primary reason. The primary reason is, of course, just how great the property is going to show online. You're going to maximize return based on the number of showings, the number of prospects, the number of applications you receive. You'll be able to pick the best tenant, not just the only tenant that applied. Secondly, we always ask and encourage a 2-year lease agreement. You might think that this is a stretch and a strain, but if you ask for it, does come true. We probably have about 35 to 45% of our people accept our offer of a 2-year lease. And again, it's a win-win because the tenant gets to fix their rent for a period of 2 years rather than just 1. And it's another good instance of saying to the tenant, hey, if you fix your rent now for 2 years, it's a win-win. But if you don't, you can lay it on the line that you will be increasing rent after year 1. That kind of leads me into tip number 3 is every year. It doesn't matter if the tenant's a good tenant, bad tenant, whatever, you have to raise rents every year. Insurance goes up, taxes go up. And general appreciation of the property, you have to be increasing your rents every year. A $10 increase every year is not going to cause a tenant to move. However, if you wait and get behind on rents, and then suddenly realize that you've got to jump it up by $100 a month because you're so far behind, that's when it really impacts the tenant and you might have them move out. So every year, raise those rents. Fourth is that we never put refrigerators into our properties up front. We do provide refrigerators. However, we typically buy our houses at foreclosure. We'll do nice full-on remodels to them, and we'll be talking a little bit about the status of those, but we don't install fridges. And here's why. We kind of have flip quality rental properties, so we really do high-end rental properties. And when you're flipping a house, you never put a refrigerator in there. So whether we're flipping or renting, we never put a fridge in up front. Now, the tenant moves in and says, hey, can we have a refrigerator? Oh, yeah, sure, no problem. We just have to add $25 a month, or if you'd like a stainless steel refrigerator, $40 a month to your rent. And of course, they say, yeah, we need a fridge, so $25 more a month, not a problem. So it's kind of like almost like a rent-to-own refrigerator. You go out, spend the $400 on a fridge, they're paying you $25 a month. So, within a couple of years, again, 2-year lease agreement, you've more than paid for that refrigerator itself. It's just not something that's necessarily needed to be done up front, and it's a way to increase your rents on the back end. Lastly, tip number 5, and this kind of speaks to more of a internal philosophy and how you're going to be running your rental property. Some people just kind of do the bare minimum. Maybe you've got cheaper properties, under $100,000, and they're certainly not in the nicest parts of town. By all means, that's one way to do it. We take the opposite approach, and we try and get nicer rentals in better parts of towns, anywhere from, and again, Kansas City from like $80,000 up to $200,000 is kind of our entry point, the after repair valuation. But even in the smaller homes that might only be worth 80 grand, we put in travertine tile in the bathrooms, mosaic tile, backsplash, granite in the kitchen and the bathrooms, and we've found that not only does that increase the rental rate, it keeps your tenant there longer because you have better properties for them to live in. The granite itself in the kitchen and the bathrooms never gets beat up. We don't have chips and dings and scratches like you do on Formica. So in general, you've got a better quality, you've got a better home, your after repair valuation is going to be higher. So if you're doing a cash out refi or something, it's going to help on the appraised value. And in general, you just got a better home, a better tenant. So those are my top 5 things kind of to increase your rental portfolio. Again, professional photos, ask for the 2-year lease, raise your rents every year, charge for fridges, but wait and don't put the fridge until afterwards. And then, excuse me, again, if you choose to, then by all means, try and do a nicer remodel. Stick in the granite, stick in the travertine tile, maybe put some nicer appliances in, and truly it pays off in the long run. Again, Marck De Lautour with SBD Housing Solutions. Proud to be your host for the day. All the best.
Are you looking to change your life through real estate investing? If you're interested in either getting started or taking your business to the next level, please check out FlipNerd's private program at theinvestormachine.com. This is the most robust real estate investor coaching, networking, and mastermind on the planet, and designed for your success. If you're ready to roll up your sleeves, ready to take personal responsibility for your own success, and ready to dive into a world-class instructional coaching program that provides you step-by-step instruction to help you achieve financial freedom, then you should apply today. Spaces are limited, and candidates are only considered after an application and interview process. Our 12-month investor program is unparalleled. Think you might be a fit? Learn more today at theinvestormachine.com. Please note, the views and opinions expressed by the individuals in this program do not necessarily reflect those of FlipNerd.com or any of its partners, advertisers, or affiliates. Please consult professionals before making any investment or tax decisions, as real estate investing can be risky. Are you a member yet of FlipNerd.com, the hottest real estate investing social community online? If not, you can join for free in less than 30 seconds and get access to hundreds of off-market deals, vendors in your market to help you in your business. And you can start networking with thousands of other investors just like you. Get your free account now at FlipNerd.com. Please check out the FlipNerd family of real estate investing shows, where you can access hundreds of expert interviews, quick tips, and lessons from leaders across the real estate investing industry. They're available at flipnerd.com/shows, or simply search for FlipNerd in the iTunes Store.